Hello and welcome to a life beyond me where we go beyond this small little sense of ourselves and step into our full power, realizing our true potentials and all these wonderful capacities that we actually hold within ourselves and that life is surrounding us with. That is what we're trying to do here to take a different perspective onto ourselves and life to see and find out what is there that is bigger than us, that is bigger than the vision that we are currently holding, and how we can enhance and grow into our most amazing versions. Today I'd like to talk a quite interesting aspect of all of us, really, and that is the lack of knowledge that we actually all have. We are all sharing one similar trait, and that is that we're all just trying to figure things out as we go. We at times think that we actually know how the world works or how life is actually to be handled and taken, and then boom, something else comes up that we haven't expected. Or we assume that we know how to handle relationships, the intimate ones when we're with a loved one, or even if we're with friends, with kids, with family, with parents. It's all at all times just a beautiful improvisation, really. We're all just trying. Nobody knows how this works. Nobody on this whole planet has actually an idea of what's going on here. Some will have made up their minds about how the world is, and that can be helpful in certain ways, and that helps people function. But at the same time, it's taking away from this innate truth that nobody has a clue. And in that, we come together in this beautiful exploration of the world and our capacities, always just trying, coming into this world as little kids, not knowing anything about the world and having to rely on others people's help and their views of the world. And we take some of these on, and then we think we know something more about the world, but in actuality we don't. We don't know anything more. This is very important to acknowledge in our being with each other. When we are sometimes potentially getting frustrated how people are acting, how they're thinking, how they are behaving out in the world, towards other people, towards life, towards themselves or ourselves. And in that way, we have to take a step back and really see again that they just don't know what they're doing. They're trying. They're trying to deal with the emotions that are coming up in them. They are coping with the ideas, thoughts, and beliefs that they have about life and themselves. They're trying to make the best out of this in their best potential, actually. Sometimes thinking that they know a thing, that we know a thing, yet we have no idea. We don't know what this world is. We have no idea where we came from. We don't know where we're going to be going. We don't even know fully what this place is that we're in. We're meeting other people that live their own lives, that are within their own realities, and we're trying to figure these people out, but we can't because we're not really sharing their worldview, their perspectives. And we're trying to make things work as good as we can. And we are sometimes failing, sometimes we're succeeding, but it's all this wonderful, beautiful mess that we're all in together. And that's where we're standing side by side, right next to each other in this unknowingness of everything. Especially on the mental level. There's no important knowledge to be gathered on the mental level, really. There's some things that are quite neat to know. There can be some kind of mental exhilaration that can be fun to be played with. Yet, at all times, these things are totally taken apart if we just shift our perspective a little bit. onto something, then everything that we have thought before, our full frame of things, is falling apart. And we have to find a new way to deal with things. Let that be a bit more precise. We are living our lives in a certain way and we think we have figured it out in some ways, and we are living it according to the ideas and rules that we have set for ourselves in a way, and then something unforeseen happens and we are totally thrown off track. And we have actually no idea how to handle this situation. We just have to give it time, we have to wait and see how it develops, really. And finding trust in our own capacities that we're able to do this quite well. And this is this great unknown that all of us are facing every day. We have no idea how the day is going to play out fully. We don't know how our interactions are going to be, who we're going to meet, in what way we're going to meet. This is all unknown to us. We have no clue. And even then, if we know who we're going to meet, but we don't know how these interactions are going to play out, how we're going to be with each other. How does this actually work? How are you with someone? You know? You're giving it your all, you're trying it, and most of the time you're succeeding. Sometimes it's gonna be a bit messy and awkward, but that's just part of it as well. As you're just trying, you're just learning, you're just having fun with all of this. And if you're not having fun with all of this, that's fine as well. Yet be reminded that if it's not fun, you're taking it too serious. If we're losing the touch with the ease and laughter that life actually has and holds for us, we are trapped and caught up in ideas about the world and the belief that we know how something is, how we are, that we forget that we actually don't. Thereby our world becomes small, our possibilities, our capacities, they are contracting. When we think to know that something is a certain way, we take away all the other possibilities that are arising for all these other different outcomes, for all these other ideas about ourselves, about life, how we are, how our identity is, who and how someone else really is. We're taking away from the full potential and capacities that this whole world holds at all times, the magic that is there, that surrounds us, the full spectrum of possibilities and capacities that each one of us individually holds, and the whole world that is just mirrored through us, outside and inside. So today's reminder for you is to acknowledge that you actually don't know a thing. And the people that you're interacting with, they're just somewhat awkwardly stumbling through life as well, trying to figure things out as they go, learning each day what works, what doesn't work, and getting better, sometimes worse. But what does that matter actually? Everybody is trying to figure it out. That's what it's all about. And today, really put your focus onto this. Try to see that for yourself, where the limitations of your knowledge, of your understanding of the world actually come up. And see where you're reverting back to old models and ideas of the world, how you think it is, and in that way shape the world to be a certain way that you might not even like anymore. So find these old patterns, become aware of them, and see if there's potential for some new knowledge, for some new ideas, for new movement, creativity in your own experience of life. Make this your practice for the day. Have this at the back of your head as a little reminder while you go through your day and experience what you experience in your day-to-day life. And come closer to the unknown, yet greatest potential of yourself and life.